So today we did an activity on History Live, and one of the main things that we did is we basically played tug of war, but with the British Army and the Continental Army. And there was a little secret, because just like in the real war back then, they kept on making rules, and then they'd have to change the war, and then usually it would be sort of, it would make people sort of mad because they're trying to, just get it over with, but they made so many laws up, like don't do this and don't do that, and if you do this, you'll get that. So, today we had an advantage, but sort of a disadvantage in the beginning. In the beginning, we only were allowed to use one of our hands for about half of the time, and the bigger advantage was that during for the red team, which was the opposite team instead of me, had a very disadvantage. But they had a very big disadvantage, but they were sort of bigger, so it was a bit of a challenge, but they would have to pull the rope back about 5 feet. We only had to pull it back the box, and the box was about like 1 foot long, so it wasn't that much of, help to the red team. But apparently we figured out at the end that was all supposed to happen, of where it was going to get close, and they were about to win, but then we won, because either way, even if they tried, they would not win, because our teacher, he was holding it, and apparently we didn't know, but he was slightly taking it, and he was slightly moving it without telling anybody, and nobody really knew until he told us about it. And then there's a white team, which basically helped all of us. The white team was basically on the sidelines, and my teacher said at any single time of the game, you can get up. Well, not to me, but to the white team. But you can get up and you can help any team that you want. So apparently, all of them just went to us. Apparently, that's what he told them to do. But one of them went to the red team. So I don't know if that was on purpose or on accident, but it was maybe on accident. And then basically, if we won, we would get a prize. Yeah, we didn't win that prize, but so the blue team had more of an advantage than the red team. Sort of like the British Army and the Continental Army. Because the Continental Army got an advantage, but the British Army didn't get an advantage since they were fighting. The Continental Army, wherever they went, they would be right next to home. So they would always have like nurses taking care of them, and they would always be like specialized, and they would always be like, at home. So, and then another thing is that the British Army may have had a bigger army, aka the bigger kids, taller kids. They were well trained and well experienced, but the Continental Army had a better advantage because they were right next to home, and they would always be hospitalized, and they would always be taken care of no matter what. And that's basically all I have to say. And I think my teacher said that one of our classmates played a special role. He only said, like, I'll give you the prize to him. So I think he would be George Washington, because he's the one who led the Continental Army through the whole entire thing, and he's the one who led it as well. So, yeah. Alright, that's my video. Bye.